All right, joining us now, tell us how he plans to destroy the swamp. A noble mission if there ever was one. Vivek Ramaswamy, 2024 GOP presidential candidate, co-founder of Strive Asset Management, author of Nation of Victims, Identity Politics, The Death of Merit, The Path Back to Excellence. Vivek, welcome back. You spoke to the America First Policy Institute today, if I'm not wrong, and you're outlining how to destroy the swamp. And I thought you'd share some of that vision with us because it's a noble cause if there ever was one.
Thank you, Larry. I'm giving a sneak preview of the speech that I'll be delivering tomorrow morning at AFPI.
It's tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry.
Here's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's tomorrow morning, but we know it's a topic of passion for you, so I was looking forward to this conversation as well. The thing that the advisor class, the managerial class, has told presidents from Reagan to Trump is that you can't shut down agencies as the U.S. president. You cannot fire large numbers of federal employees, that you can't rescind federal regulations without asking Congress for permission. It turns out, Larry, if you read the law carefully, the U.S. president absolutely can. And that's what I'm going to lay out tomorrow, laying out a plan for reducing the size of the federal employee headcount by over 75%, 50% by the end of my first year in office. Also shutting down 5 government agencies. Those are the first 5 of many more to come, which we'll lay out in great painstaking detail. And also rescinding a majority of federal regulations, which I view as unconstitutional, pursuant to the standard laid out by the U.S. Supreme Court in West Virginia versus EPA last year. This will be a seismic shock to the system, Larry. Once again, restoring 3 branches of government as our founding fathers envisioned, shutting down the 4th branch of government, this unconstitutional shadow government in the administrative state. And I think I am the presidential candidate who's going to have offered probably the greatest level of detail on how to actually get that job done. And then we're going to get in there after the 2024 election and actually do it.
You know, Vivek, again, all noble causes. My pal Russ Vogt, OMB director, and Steve Miller, senior advisor, you know, they worked on Schedule F right at the end of the Trump administration, ran out of time. So I'm assuming you're going to go back there because the idea you can take out large numbers of civil servants, et cetera. You just can't take one out. I think that was the hang-in. We were going to try to take out large, you know, like the Department of Education, or at least carve it up and get rid of a large chunk of it. So I know, sneak preview, I happen to be the vice chair of the FPI, so you could sneak preview me. Give me a little more detail. Put a little meat on the bones for me.
That's good, yeah, and I like to go into detail on these issues because it matters. So the Schedule F exceptions, I think, were a great step in the right direction. What that means is there's certain categories that you all, I think, were working on to say that there's certain federal employees who are in policy-making roles that the U.S. president can fire. Well, expand that to say more employees fit that function, to say you could fire slightly more employees. And I think that's a step in the right direction. What I'm laying out tomorrow is a fundamentally different approach. Not going through the back door of Schedule F, but through the front door of reading the statutes, which say that you can't fire individual civil servants, but what they call in the law large reductions in force, mass layoffs, those aren't included in the civil service protections. And mass layoffs are absolutely what I'm bringing to Washington, D.C. The other thing is there are unexpired provisions of the 1977 Presidential Reorganization Act that say under limited circumstances, if it's to stimulate the economy, if it's to promote efficiency in operations, if it's to reduce redundant agencies, then the U.S. president already has statutory authority to shut down and reorganize agencies. That's what I'm going to use for the FBI, for the ATF, for the U.S. Department of Education, for the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and other agencies. And what we're going to do tomorrow, Larry, is go into detail. Say those 35,000 employees at the FBI, well, you know what? 20,000 of them are back office bureaucrats. They can go home and find honest work in the private sector. The 15,000 agents on the front line, we will reorganize them and move them to the U.S. Marshals or to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network at the U.S. Treasury, or for that matter, to the DEA on the front lines of the fentanyl epidemic across this country. That is how we at once increase effectiveness while also restoring the integrity of our constitutional republic. And by the way, stimulating our economy, Keep in mind, the administrative state is the fountainhead of that wet blanket of regulations that suppresses the U.S. economy. This is the top of my domestic policy priority agenda. And Larry, as you can hopefully tell, for me, these aren't just talking points. This is a vision of what we're actually going to get in there and do, not incrementally reform and tinker around the edges. We're going to get in there and shut it down. That's why I'm running for president. I think we're going to succeed.
All right, a noble cause, all noble causes. Vivek Ramaswamy, good luck. Thanks for the sneak peek of the speech. And we'll see you out at Simi Valley at the Reagan Library not too long. Thanks very much.